What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are all doing good. Just got out of the gym and was listening to some YouTube videos, and it sparked some topics that would be cool to discuss with you, all of you guys. And this one is, don't wait for someone else to do something for you. You know, it's being entitled and lazy is one of the worst combinations a human can be. And throw in a mixture of like big hopes and dreams, like you're setting yourself up for destruction. You can't have hopes and dreams, big ones, and be a lazy piece of shit. Okay? And sadly, that's how the modern world practically conditions a younger generation to be entitled and lazy. And I not outside of that bubble, because I had to work with myself a lot to get out of that conditioned mind, because it's not a good mind. If you have a lot of hopes and dreams, you need to destroy this idea that life is easy, things will be done for you, because it's not. Don't wait. One thing to consider is, don't wait for the government to make your life better. Okay? You have to go and do it. Don't wait on other people's promises. Okay? That's the one that kind of screwed me when I was earlier in my life, because I depended on someone to help me get some scholarships in terms of athletics, and they didn't really know the process, but they knew a good way of, persuading people like they do. And it kind of fell through on my part, but it's also my fault as well. And ever since that day, I learned, no, you got to do it for yourself, Sylvan. Like, you want it, go figure out how to do it. You have YouTube, you have Google, you can type in anything you want, and there would be a step-by-step process of how to do it. People 25 years, 30 years ago never even dreamed of such a tool. We have it, guys. There's no reason for people to be down bad, especially if you lived in and grew up in a decent household. You have a place to sleep and eat, and you got school, and you got a cell phone. Like, you can change your reality, your universe, by just going on YouTube and listening to people who have done that which you desire to do. You have real role models. You can even book consultations with them, and they can run you through it. It's like, that's amazing. But you can't be entitled and lazy. It won't get you anywhere except complaining and disappointment. And then you'll hold a grudge against society, other people. You'll even hold a grudge towards God, because you waited for God to do everything. God told you to be bold and courageous. If you're sitting on your ass waiting for something to happen and you're not doing anything, nothing's going to really happen, except your external reality is going to continue to spin without you. You die, it continues to spin. If you are sitting down and you have no incentive to anywhere in your life to be bold or courageous, there's something wrong. If God told you to be bold and courageous, and nothing in your universe is giving you the opportunity to step out and be bold and courageous, that's an issue, because you're not in contact with God. God wants the best for you. Okay? He doesn't want anything subpar. He wants you to have a beautiful life. This is the point of living on earth. And again, beautiful life is subjective to the person who's dreaming something. A dream in America is different than a dream in Africa. But in the end, within those circumstances, within that environment, God will cause you to prosper. If you make your ways known to Him, right, in your imagination, God, this is what I'm envisioning for my life, and meditate on it, and ask Him to give me wisdom to accomplish it, and then move. And He'll direct your steps. He'll direct the thoughts and ideas and the emotions that enter your being, and that will practically bring you into a path that goes towards that journey. But you need to understand that you need to put in effort. You can't be praying, oh, I want to be rich, Oh, God, let me win in the lottery ticket, right? But you're never buying a lottery ticket. It has to be cooperation. It has to be cooperation between your soul and your subconscious, making your wish known and going out and doing it. One phrase that helped me break out of being like lazy was put enough effort into something you desire until it's impossible to fail. That's how much effort you need to put into something until it becomes impossible for you to fail. And know that there's going to be setbacks. Know that there's going to be failures. That's part of the process. Just because you failed once, 2 times, 3 times, you don't give up. I know a lot of you guys probably have an addiction to video games, right? How many times do you fail in that video game, but you keep on pressing on? Same thing in life. Be courageous. Is there a girl or a guy that you like? Do something. A simple hello. How is it going? You don't have to ask them out on the first time you interact. That could be in the process next 2 weeks. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere in your life. Don't wait for a handout. Don't wait for someone else to do everything for you. It doesn't work like that. You are the king of your life. Be the star of your own movie. Don't let anyone else in your life become the star of your movie. Don't wait on people. Know what you want. Sit down, meditate, and figure out one thing to do is figure out who you are. A lot of people don't know who they are, so they don't know how to act. So sit down, get a piece of paper, and really think, first question is, what do I believe in? What are my moral principles? That's it. When you find out that structure, that still structure that exists inside of you, that doesn't really change that much over time, that structure which is still is who you truly are. That, in other words, is controlling the operation of your consciousness and your external reality. Figure out what you believe about yourself and your beliefs, and then be wise. Ask God to give you wisdom and discernment, and really talk to yourself saying, do I agree with these beliefs? Do these beliefs serve me? Where did these beliefs come from? And if these beliefs are not aligning with the vision you want in the future, what you do is practically reject them and renounce, and then integrate a new belief system while meditating, that we're replacing this belief with this belief. And you ask your consciousness, do this for me because you love me. Or you ask God, do this for me because you love me. Okay? You never ask God to do something for you because I want to be loved. God's not going to do it. You ask God to do something for you because you are loved. So you never ask God, right, oh, I want this and this in my life because I want to be better than other people. No. That's not how it works. The destination that you want to come to is, I want this in my life and I want it for everybody else too. You never want to have God give you something so you can differentiate yourself between another person and have this ego boost. You never ask God. God will never give you something for you to be able to have an ego boost over another person because of insecurity. See, because that prayer is coming out of insecurity, right? So that in itself, coming to that realization and being under that conviction, takes some time, but it's possible. But in conclusion, guys, you need to be the catalyst of your own life. Don't wait for other people. People pass away, people die, people disappoint you. But when you put expectations on yourself to get things done, the only one you can be disappointed with is you. Don't run limited risks around the idea that you can become disappointed with someone else, right? Because that means you're depending on too much on another person. That can't be. What you have to depend on is yourself and God, your imagination. The Lord, the arm of the Lord is your imagination. Trust in the Lord. Trust in your imagination. Bless your imagination. When you praise God, when you bless God, right? What are you actually doing? You're praising your beautiful imagination that created everything. Bless the imagination. You're holy, you're pure, you're just, you're successful, you're brilliant imagination. You know all things, all imagination. Bless the imagination as if it was God, because it is. You're made in the image of spirit. You're made in the image of word. You're made in the image of love. And when you begin to tell your subconscious, your imagination, this is what you are, it begins to happen. But a lot of people are now aware of how they communicate with their subconscious. Well, they allow the external reality, movies and TVs and other people. They casted out their I am power and put it in the hands of principalities, of rulers of darkness, and other people's mouths. People who don't even have your best interest in. Put the I am power, right? Give your I am power to the concept of love that Christ talked about, which will create a self-sufficient, life-giving relationship between your soul and your spirit. The idea is to create your subconscious to become Christ, to be Christ, right? You cause your subconscious to become your cheerleader. Okay? A good way to see this is boxers, those who fight, or tennis, right? They are the team. It's not them. It's not just him or her. It's them. It's all their spiritual entities that talk to them while they're fighting. They have to become their own cheerleader. They're the ones that have to tell them, like, hey, you can push harder. You can play it smarter. These are the wise men that live inside of them. The same thing you do when you're meditating, when you're praying, right? When prayer is when you're connecting with God, you're having a dialogue with God. God reveals something to you, right? A new identity, new revelation that transforms the way you think. Once you get that dialogue over, you sit down and you meditate. Meditate is practically integrating that which you received in prayer and establishing yourself in that new thought, allowing that thought to give birth to an emotion and allowing that emotion to give birth to a whole new reality that can exist inside of you. Okay? But as always, guys, if you have something to say on this video, leave it in the comments. Questions, concerns, compliments. Like the video, share the channel, and I'll see you guys in another time. Bye-bye.